Ladies and gentlemen, I think what our leaders are suffering from is dementia of some sort. Because this is a guy who last week when he was with Trump at the Oval Office, he told us Ogotiyena completely within himself. He denounces the song Killed the Farmer, Killed the Boer. And he doesn't agree that it must be sung. Trump was asking him, you must arrest that man. Why are you not arresting that man? Can't do a good Trump impression. But basically, that's what he asked him. And Ramaphosa was there, caling in his tail. Today, ladies and gentlemen, he was being grilled in parliament, being asked questions. Right after, he's telling us, Oguti, Malema is expressing his freedom of speech, singing Kill the Farmer, Kill the Boer, despite our section 16 of our constitution saying that anybody that incites violence against anyone or any group of people are practicing what we call hate speech.
Arresting anyone for any slogan, that is a sovereign issue. It's not a matter where we need to be instructed by anyone that go and arrest this one. We are a very proud sovereign country that has its own laws, that has its own processes, and we take into account what the Constitutional Court also decided when it said that, that slogan, kill the Boer, kill the farmer, is a liberation chant.
Where was this cojones? The balls, the gall to say all of these things when you were in front of Trump. Now you can say these things that nobody's gonna tell you anything, bro. These guys are two-faced. That's the problem, bro. Does being diplomatic mean lying and being fake and being two-faced about issues? Being diplomatic. They say this guy is the best diplomat in the African continent. Is that what it means? Just to lie and tell somebody this and tell somebody this. Nelson Mandela once said, any man that shifts and changes his principles based on with whom he's dealing is not a man worth of leading a country. Here we are with Ramaphosa right now. What is he doing, man?
And slogan. And it's not meant to be a message that elicits or calls upon anyone to go and be killed. And that is what our court decided. So they will probably want to arrest people willy-nilly. We follow the dictates of our constitution because we are a constitutional state and we are a country where freedom of expression is the bedrock of our constitutional
Ridiculous. Ridiculous if you ask me. Ladies and gentlemen, let me show you what our constitution says. Let me pull this very close. Hopefully this doesn't give my mic problems. Usually when I switch onto this screen, it gives my mics problems. However, Section 16 of our constitution deals with freedom of expression. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to go to subsection 2. It says, the right in subsection 1 does not extend to propaganda for war. So, you cannot call for war. B says, incitement of imminent violence. So, you cannot call for violence against people. It's unconstitutional. Advocacy of hatred that is based on race, ladies and gentlemen, ethnicity. And that constitutes incitement to cause harm. Ladies and gentlemen, whoever judge it is found this song acceptable to be sung within our democratic dispensation. I don't know which constitution they were reading. I don't know what constitution they were using because clearly that is not the South African Constitution. The South African Constitution says you cannot incite violence against people. The song clearly says, kill the farmer, kill the Boer. And it was sung during apartheid. We didn't have this constitution then. Why do we sing it and why do we find it acceptable to be sung while we have the type of constitution we have in place, it is in clear violation of this constitution. Whoever judge found that it is acceptable to sing this song clearly was not reading our South African constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to play you a video of Ramaphosa last week when he was at the White House and he was asked, why don't you arrest that man? Do you denounce the song? Listen to his response then and, juxtapose that with the response he just gave today.
So you denounced that type of language in the video that you saw?
Oh, yes. We've always done so. As government, as my own party, we are completely opposed to that.
He said completely opposed to that. Completely. That's what he said.
In 1955, adopted a document which said South Africa belongs to all who live in it.
But why wouldn't you arrest that man? That man said, kill the white farmers, kill the white farmers. And then he danced, and he's dancing, and it's kill the...
And it's like... Trump is always funny. But it's like, as well, why won't you arrest Julius Malema? Because our constitution says that is hate speech. Why are you not talking to these courts? Of course, that in South Africa, we have trias politica, 3 branches of government keeping each other in check. They exist to keep other in check. But it is ridiculous that even the judges are saying this song is acceptable in front of Trump. Look at him. He wants to lie. Come on now, man.
White farmers. I'm not sure, but I think if somebody got up in Parliament and started saying kill a certain group of people, he would be arrested very quickly. That man is going all over South Africa. And that's not a small party. That was a stadium that holds 100,000 people, and I hardly saw an empty seat. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of representation. And those crosses, we have dead white people, dead white farmers, mostly. And you take a look at Australia. They're being inundated, and we're being inundated with people that want to get out. And their farm is valueless. It's valueless. And they just want to get out with their life. And this is a very serious situation.
Bro, this is crazy. That is the type of president we are dealing with, bro. Two-faced type president. I remember this one time he said, Donald Trump must leave us alone.
Donald Trump must leave us alone. He must leave us alone, Kaori.
You said that you were going to cut aid from South.
Remember? That's what he said. Donald Trump must leave him alone. But in front of Donald, he doesn't have that gore. He doesn't have that energy, bro. Where does the energy go? Where did it go? I want you to bring it back home, brother. Bring it back home. These are the two-faced type people that we are dealing with. Ladies and gentlemen, man. It is very difficult defending these politicians. I want our country to work. I wish Abu Cupcake were good people, It is not nice always being on the internet and always commenting on the bad things that people are doing to screw us over as the citizens of this country. I wish the situation was better. I wish there was plenty opportunities. I wish South Africans were not as screwed over repeatedly by this government as we are. It is not nice, really. We do not enjoy always saying negative things about our government, but really these people, they make it difficult to stop talking, because if we stop talking, these types of things will continue to happen, man. So it's kind of difficult. It's kind of hectic, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, if you like this content, please hit the sub button, hit the like button, help us grow. We're trying to grow beyond just the numbers that we are currently on. We are trying to get the ideas to reach as many people as possible. So if you like and you open it up to a lot of people and you share where you share, then we reach a lot of people, and hopefully with a lot of people who have the same mentality as well, we get to influence the vote and people get to listen one day. So we are here, ladies and gentlemen.